Back again, like we never left. Episode 28 of the RNS podcast. If you know, you know. Really nothing special podcast. We are really nobody special. DJ, what's going on?
It was good, bro. Shout out Curtis Martin with the 28, though.
Okay.
Bang, bang.
Okay. I hear you, Rick. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, man? You know, shout out to that Marshall Falk. Also, subscribe for some outtakes.
I'm telling you, we have great ones.
Mel, what's going on?
Feeling good, feeling great. Shout out to work done.
I hear you.
Word.
I hear you. Man, we got a bunch
How you
of
doing, bro?
Yo, how you feeling?
I'm good. I can't complain. I'm tired as hell, but I'm good. I can't complain. Got a bunch in store for y'all this episode. A lot of basketball, primarily basketball. Then we got hell yeah, hell nah. And then we're going to close it off like we always do with top five. But before we do, as always, DJ, hit him with the black fact.
So the Scripps spelling bee happens every year. Never before has African American won it until this past, I think, last 2 weeks ago. Zyla Avant Garde. Sorry, Shorty. I know I messed your name up. But 14-year-old from Harvard, Louisiana. Also, did you guys see? I know you guys probably seen the basketball clips of her too, right? With her like juggling the basketball.
Problem.
Just now, yeah. She
Yo.
tough.
So apparently like LSU offered her a scholarship recently already.
I'm looking right now, like she got the killer crawl. She's sitting on with Euros. She just flicking passes. Like
Dog, her
girls ain't even
pass
ready
His
for the
vision, like,
pass.
yeah, so
The
she's
vision's
dropping lines,
crazy.
bro. Like she's nice.
Like the Euro, the Hezzy, like she looks tough. Go ahead, DJ. Don't let me get off track.
Oh no, that was it. You guys take it from here, man. She's
Nah,
she's a killer.
Yeah, I would say she had that. She had another video. Did y'all see her? She was on like, I don't know what it
Unicycle?
is. The unicycle. It was a
Yeah,
unicycle, and she was
unicycle.
juggling
Dribbling.
basketballs, and like she's just a very talented girl. So
Yo,
She's a
and she
glitch.
got 2 Guinness Book of World Records for dribbling.
Yeah, she's a glitch.
Like,
Yeah,
she could
Real-
dribble. I
real
think
talk.
like simultaneously she could dribble 6 basketballs for I think it was like a minute or 30 seconds or something like that. Where
No,
she's 6 basketballs, all she's
Yeah.
able to keep that all together. I'm like, dog, you a problem. Like you can spell out you can spell any word out there, and at the same time you're a point guard. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so her vocabulary when she talking trash on the court gotta be crazy.
That's
She
gonna
you
be-
words, you be like, look,
She,
I'm gonna take that as disrespect.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
she's out there like you're.
I was
you're
just about to say that.
truculent. As she crosses by, like truculent.
It's like,
Right, they
oh,
probably
oh.
just stop, just confused. They don't even feel disrespected. They're just
You
like,
be
"What
like,
does that
nah,
mean?"
you do feel disrespectful because you be like, she the same age as me. Should I know that word? Should I know that?
Duh.
I will say, young ladies, don't aspire to be Kylie. Look at this little girl right here, man. She doing the thing.
Right.
Aspire to be like this. Not them Instagram girls, man. Instagram girls is a dime a dozen. This is the greatness you should strive for.
Yeah, she's Thanos right now.
Well, that's J-Lo.
She does got all the rings.
that's funny. I didn't catch that for a second.
I got you, Rick. I saw the alley oop. I saw the alley oop.
Yeah.
So let's get started, man. So USA basketball, they played tonight. They played Argentina. They got a big win last night, but they won tonight, lost the first 2
thank
games,
God.
is what I'm trying to say. So they lost to Nigeria over the weekend and Australia. What's up? What's up with them? Any issues, or just it's just the world competition now? Like, what in the entire fuck is up with USAB right now?
I feel like it's just the world catching up finally, because we're starting to see. We always saw more international players come in, but now we're starting to see international players become all-stars, like key figures of their franchise. So I do feel like the world's catching up, but at the same time, the US, you could tell that they're not all the way focused, and I feel like they're definitely going to tap in, but I feel like they thought, oh, okay, we could just walk in and beat anybody, but those days are kind of gone now.
All right, so I see it like this. Where's the MVP from? Cameroon. Oh, no, Serbia. Where's the runner-up from? Cameroon. Where's the defensive player of the year from?
France.
Right.
France.
The best young player in the league. Where's he from? Like, these guys aren't from the United States, so it's not, to me, it's not surprising to see us lose, because I mean they got some cold players over there. But when we talk about like players who like just recently won all the major accolades, none of them were from the United States. So to me, it's not surprising.
To your point there, none of those guys were on Nigeria and Australia. Not saying that these other countries aren't competitive, because Nigeria, they have a bunch of players in the NBA. Australia has a bunch of players in the NBA, and Patty Mills was giving them buckets.
Patty Mills is a different player on the Australian team.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
Australia's been low-key been kind of cold for a while, though. They got some ballers, like.
But
I mean, for me, like, I agree with you, DJ, as far as like, yeah, the world is better. Joe Ingles and Patty Mills shouldn't be lighting you up. Like, they're good players. They're great players. They're some of the best in the world. However, the team that's currently constructed, I think they just got they did what they did in 2004. They just got an assortment of talent. They didn't actually get a team.
This isn't a good collection of, like, it's not a good collection of talent.
No, not at all. Like, I mean, Bradley Beal, I love him, great player, mainly a scorer. Zach LaVine, love him, great player, mainly a scorer. KD, he's a scorer. You know what I mean? Like, you got a lot of scores. You got a lot of guys who can put the ball in the basket. Draymond Green, I think he may be a little past his prime for Olympic play. All that to say, I think they should have went a different route. Someone like Alonzo would have looked great. Just some pass first guys, and then also some hardcore defensive guys. I feel like we're missing that too. So
yeah, so that was the point I was gonna make initially. And I remember last week we kind of talked about it, and you said LaMelo and John Morant. And first I was a little skeptical. But then watching the two games over the weekend, like, I think you're exactly right, Rick. But I think just to your point, we have a lot of scorers on the USAB team. Usually in past teams like the Gears that were like super stacked, we have a lot of scorers, but it's a lot of players that do a lot of things. And most times there's two players on the Olympic team that usually have their same role. Everybody else kind of has to find their role and have a different role than they're used to in the NBA. They're not going to be the lead guy on the team. One, I don't think they care that much that they're losing these games, which right now, like, they should care. I just don't feel like that's their mentality. Two, I think it's going to take a little bit for these guys. Mind you, they only practiced for a week so far. Take that with a grain of salt. But I think it's going to take them a little bit to figure out who's going to be in what role. Like, KD's going to be as far as KD's the guy. Like, KD's always going to be KD no matter what team he's on. It's going to be up to everybody else to figure out what role they're going to have on the Olympic team. And that's going to take a little bit of time.
And we're also missing Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, and Book. Booker.
So you're missing people.
And I feel like, man, honestly, man, I would remove Kevin Love, Draymond Green.
Kevin Love should not be on the team. I saw 2 minutes of Kevin Love, and he should be. He pretty much proved exactly what we said last week.
You know who they missing? Yeah. You know who they really missing?
Someone
the
like
key component, Melo. Melo's always been with the squad. They need Melo back.
I'm with you on that.
They need Melo back.
They need Melo back.
Bring back Captain America, man.
Bring back Captain America.
Bring back Captain America.
In buckets we trust.
Bring back Captain America. Man, Melo, most winningest Olympian of all time.
Also, quick point. Greg Popovich was also on the team that went bronze that year. He was on the coaching staff.
So I'm learning a recurring trend here.
Yeah. because he's under the Larry Brown tree. So he was on that coaching staff. They had just a collection of talent.
Are you just throwing that out there? Or are you just
gaslighting a little bit?
I'm just saying. I wasn't
saying it with your chest, DJ?
When Greg Popovich was announced coach, I wasn't thrilled because he's a like a system guy. You know what I mean? Like you have to adjust to him. He doesn't adjust well to people. You have to more so adjust to what he does.
So to that point, do you think that maybe moving forward in the Olympics, we should look more at a college coach?
No,
because it seemed like they were most successful with Coach K.
I think
in this new
great
day and age.
Olympic coach Eric Spoelstra would be a great Olympic coach.
Eric Spoelstra would be a good coach.
I think he'd be a great Olympic coach.
I like that pick.
Maybe you'd be strapping up.
Yeah, they would. It's defense first with him, big time.
That's fair.
I respect.
So I just think it depends on who it is. I just wasn't thrilled when Pop was. Not to say he's not a great coach, just wasn't thrilled.
I don't think Eric Spoelstra was leaving Miami though. Like he'd be like, "Oh, I gotta go to the Olympics or stay in South Beach." I'm staying in South Beach.
Right. But he's there. He's there on the staff. He's just not.
Oh, he is on the staff.
He's on the staff.
Yeah, he's not the head coach.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. He ain't top dog though.
Yeah. Speaking of top dogs, let's get to the finals. So game 4, Wednesday night. Bucks won big. Game 3. 2-1 Phoenix now. Do the Bucks still have a chance in the series?
I feel like the Bucks still have a chance. They look really good this third game at home. They played very well at home so far in the playoffs. We saw the same thing when they versed the Brooklyn Nets. They were able to tie up the series and still win it. Granted, there were some injuries there, but I think they're in a good position. You still haven't really gotten a great game, I feel like, from Middleton and Drew Holiday. So I mean that should be a positive sign. Like if they can get going, because it's all about the others. Giannis is doing his thing. Giannis is back-to-back 40-point games, 40-point 10 rebound games. You know what I mean? Giannis is doing what Giannis is supposed to be. Right. He's being a superstar. He's leading his team. So I think it's up to the others now to pick up the slack. And to saying all that, I do believe that they could still come back and win this series if those things happen.
Yeah, they still got a chance. They won the game that they're supposed to. If they lose game 3 down 0-2, series is wrapped. They had to win game 3. I thought they were going to win game 3. But that being said, I still think the Suns are going to win the series. I thought it was going to go 6. So that kind of really proves my point. But I think they'll be fine. The Bucks are doing good. Like Rick, you said, it's really with the others as far as Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday. Brook Lopez can't play, in my opinion. You got to take him off the court. He's too slow. He just slows you up because you really don't want him on the perimeter shooting threes, and he's kind of too big, and you're not just going to keep dumping in the post.
I feel like, just like DJ said, I see it's going to go to game 6, Suns. But like y'all said, the others always play good when they're at home. And that's just the key aspect of them is just like any game. Can you still can you still away game? Can you take that, or can your others show up for that one game because you know your stars are going to show up all the time? So I feel like the Bucks did what they did, but Giannis is definitely showing that you can't question his heart or what he brings to the game. He's going to give you 1,000% every single time. So, but still, Suns in 6.
Oh yeah. So pretty much just piggyback what you guys just said. I kind of expect you got to win game 3 if you're the Bucks. You got to win it. I said going into the game, I said they're either going to win game 3 or game 4. They're going to get one of those games at home is what I'm thinking. I think after the first 2 games, I think they're only going to get one of these games. So that being said, I thinking the Suns are going to win next game. but they had the sense of urgency they needed to have. Or Giannis had the sense of urgency they needed to have, and that kind of was infectious with everybody else on the Bucks. But the Suns really, I'm not trying to discredit the Bucks and say it was more of that they didn't play well than the Bucks played great, but they didn't get off to a good shooting start, and that kind of slowed them down. And I mentioned this before: the Bucks are a team that they go on quick spurts a lot, and it doesn't seem like they do it. Like they'll go on an 8-0 run when it seems like 40 seconds, it feels like, and they'll do that like 2 or 3 times in the same quarter. So and when you're home, you can do that a lot. So if the Suns can sort of sustain that a little bit, they'll be good. And I think they haven't been able to do that as much when they're in Phoenix, Milwaukee, that is. So I think that's going to be the biggest thing for the Suns, because that's how it got out of hand. They went on like 2 or 3 quick spurts in the second quarter, and they outscored them like 17-ish points or something like that. And that was kind of the game. We talked about Giannis and both of his games, back to back. However this goes, and if he plays like this, what does this mean? I know it's early in his career, and I hate talking about it, but what would his legacy be if he can continue to play the way he is? His legacy so far, I should say, not as a whole.
All right. I will say this about Giannis. I know I give him a hard time, and he does work hard. But I feel like with Giannis, less is more. Like, I don't want to see you shoot a 3. I don't want to see you think about shooting a 3. Don't even practice them. Don't practice 3s. There's no reason for you to shoot anything outside of 15 feet. Like, just dominate what you're good at. And I feel like if he dominated what he was good at and just stuck with that solely, then sky's the limit as far as his legacy. But he doesn't. Like, he'll be shooting fadeaways in 2 games.
So I'll ask this again. So if he continues to play the same way he's been playing, what does that mean for his legacy?
He'll be a great player, I guess.
All right.
He couldn't help but rag on him. He's like, yo, I give him props, but
I gave him his flowers.
He needs to do better on this.
I gave him his flowers. That's it.
I would say for Giannis, I would say for his legacy, if he keeps playing like this, he's going to be labeled as one of the greats, like one of the great playoff runs you got to see, even if he doesn't win, because you can't say he wasn't playing hard. Like every time you see him going out there, he's giving 1,000%. And then the story behind it saying that the injury he had from the last game, he wasn't sure if he was even going to be in the finals. And for what he's doing now, like, it's a good story. You know, it'll be a good 30 for 30 later on.
Yeah, so I agree. I think Giannis is he's playing really well. If this continues, he'll definitely, in my opinion, go down as one of the greats. It's for much slack as he gets, like, I think he's a pretty decent ball handler. But I mean, you could argue he doesn't really have a go-to move, doesn't have a jump shot, and he works really hard. So I say all that to say is he's just out there just doing whatever off of raw talent, getting 40 points in the finals. So if he can really hunker down and develop to become an even greater player, I think he's only 26 years old. He can definitely go down as one of the great ones.
Like, I don't know how much better skill-wise he's going to be. He's never going to be able to shoot. His handles are probably going to get a little bit better, but he's 26 years old, to Rick's point. So either way, he's going to get better somewhere, whether that's mentally, whether that's just seeing more defenses and be able to read and react. Like, he's going to become a better basketball player.
Unpopular to today's basketball, if he developed the post move, just one post move.
And this is another reason why I don't think Budenholzer is a good coach. Giannis should have been playing the 5 3 years ago. But now he's kind of stuck in a position where he's kind of sometimes bringing up the ball. Sometimes he's the 5. There's really no set place for him. So it's kind of hard for him to develop skill moves because there's different places he should be. Sometimes he's on the perimeter trying to drive when he should be in the post, to DJ's point. But all that to say, like, he's still one of the best players in the league, and he's going to be one of the best players in the world. And that's really, if he plays like this, long story short, he's going to go down as one of the best players internationally in all time in NBA history, just because of his skill set.
Top 5 player right now.
I mean, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Hey,
I flinched on that one. I was like, I don't believe that.
But like,
top 5 player right now.
But like,
I'll take
that's
him.
what I'm saying. Like, here's the thing: we're not like we're talking about just production. We're saying he can't score, and he went 15 for 22, 42 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists. Top that off with 41 off of 14 off of 23, right. 13 rebounds and 6 assists.
I personally wouldn't take him.
Now, if you
don't say we. I didn't agree with them. I say he's good.
And if you want to talk skill, that's a different argument.
That's what I'm saying. If you're talking pure skill, that's a different argument. But if you're saying
we're talking just player,
basketball players, there's only a handful of people giving you back-to-back 40 and 10 in the finals. There's only a handful of people in the league.
I give you that.
And there's only a handful that can do it right now.
And that's what I'm saying. There's only a handful of people that can do it in the league. Like, and I'm really not that big of a Giannis fan.
I'm not.
But it is what it like. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Yeah, and I mean specifically, like only like Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and Giannis, and maybe Chris Middleton can do it right now because they're the only ones that are in the finals. Like you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So let's get to hell yeah, hell nah. Rick, what do we got to do?
Man, you already know, boy. You better say it with your chest, boy.
All right. So DJ, Jalen Lewis, 16-year-old phenom, becomes the youngest player to sign $1 million pro contract in American history. I think he signed with Overtime Elite is where he signed with. Everything's still on the fence. This man's still 16 years old. Will he become a superstar NBA player?
It don't matter. Get the bag while you can. Don't matter if you get. Why? You could be the semi-pro champ, man. Get the bag. It don't matter.
Got $2 million.
Yeah.
I think
it don't matter. Get the bag, bro.
Shares in the company, $100,000 scholarship. Yeah. Like they.
Regardless if he becomes a star, he got shares in the company. He's good. It don't matter. Get the bag, yo, man. Congratulations.
Yeah. The shares in the company is a smart thing because that's how they're going to be able to make more money. Because once these guys, if some of these guys do hit and they make more money, that's going to produce more money for these programs. So it's smart that they're doing the shares in the company with everything that they're providing.
Yes.
So Mel, Philly, the Sixers have been kind of monitoring Ben Simmons, kind of been on some ongoing discussions. I see a few teams. I don't know the truth of the team, so I'm not going to say the teams I saw just because I don't know the truth to them. But it is true that the Sixers are looking to shop Ben Simmons. Is Ben Simmons worth an all-star blockbuster type trade?
Hell no, at all. Dude, yes, Ben Simmons is a hell of a defensive player, but he's scared to shoot. Like, I see videos all the time of him in the gym shooting jumpers, shooting up, but in the game he cannot do it and he won't do it. So I feel like it's a fear type of thing. Until he could prove to me, I don't feel like he deserves a all-star trade. So no, they bugging for Ben Simmons. So hell no.
Okay. I will say, depending on the right trade, and from some of the teams I saw, I would make a trade for Ben. That's just me though.
Okay, all right. Since you put that out there, what team?
I saw. What teams did I see? I saw
Golden State.
I didn't see that. I saw Sacramento. And if you have De'Aaron Fox and you keep De'Aaron Fox, I would do that. I saw the Pacers, the T-Wolves, and another team. I forget what it was. But if I'm the Kings and I have De'Aaron Fox, I would trade for Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
You know what? I wouldn't be mad at the Pacers if they did that trade. but I don't know who they would give.
It would say that for them, like every other team I saw, it depends on what you have to give up.
You know what, man? If I was going to State, I mean, that's just an upgrade from Draymond. You know what I mean? Like it's a young Draymond. I would take that all day.
But
like that's
because Draymond,
I would do that.
Draymond ain't Draymond.
You could play even faster.
But at the same time,
definitely.
Draymond's IQ is different, though. I do respect Draymond Green's IQ level on the court.
Look,
arguably,
Ben Simmons is great at everything else in basketball except for shooting.
What does everybody else do on the Warriors that he doesn't?
Yeah, that's what
Ben Simmons is literally great at everything else.
But they're asking for an all-star though. Is Draymond?
He could be.
Give him Wiggins.
In all honesty, he could be an all-star on the Warriors because everyone around him can shoot. That means the lane gonna be open. You know what I mean? Like you worried about 3, you ain't worried about 2. So Ben Simmons is gonna have a wide open lane whenever he feels like it. He can bring the ball up, initiate the offense. You can play pick and pop with him. You know what I mean? Like he can just hand the ball. Is gonna be nasty. Just hand the ball off and go to the rim. That's all. That would be my number one play. Like with Ben Simmons on the team, he has arguably the same IQ. He was almost defensive MVP of the year. He can guard all the same positions and he's damn near 7 feet. And he's younger.
He can guard 1 through 5.
And he's younger. Like he's a good player, could be a great player on the right team.
Yeah. But will the 76ers approve Andrew Wiggins and Draymond Green as a pick?
Oh, and don't forget they got two first round picks.
Sounds
and James Wiseman.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
They could make something happen there.
I just wouldn't give all that.
If I'm the Sixers, I would take.
I wouldn't give that.
I wouldn't give
all that for Ben Simmons. No, I'm sorry.
I wouldn't give all those players, but I would give a couple to get them. If I was them.
I would give them the 7th pick in Wiggins.
And if I'm Philly, I would tell you no.
You tripping?
You're not gonna get too much better right now for him after what he did.
And getting Wiggins is a good deal for Philly.
Aaron can feel this one right here. It's like J.R. Smith when he fucked up the bag that one time, man. Like he was like 6th man of the year on the Knicks, like he was killing it. And then he went into the playoffs, and it was just like, JR, what do you got the bag in your hand?
He got in the playoffs. He tried to slump Jason Terry, and that kind of threw him off for the rest of that series.
You had the bag in your hand, baby. You had it. Like the big bag. Like he got the bag. He got the money, but that big contract was coming.
He honestly got robbed of an all-star appearance that year.
He did. He was nasty.
He
was nasty, man. And he had it right there. It was like right in the palm of his hand.
Shout out J.R. Smith.
He's an phenomenal player, phenomenal scorer.
We'd love to have you on the show.
Killer.
That was the most fun year of basketball I had in my life. like as a Knicks fan, that was the most fun basketball year I had in my life. This year was a really fun year, but that was.
You sound so depressed when you said that too.
Because I was thinking about every other year of Knicks basketball until this year. After that, that's why.
My man was looking like he was thinking about an ex-girlfriend. Like, man, that was a good year with her.
That was the best time of my life right there, man.
The summer of 05.
Hey, I was about to say, as sad as it's been to watch the Knicks until this year, that's what it feels like. It feels like it. That the 2012, 2013 Knicks feel like an ex-girlfriend. It really does.
Hey, I got you on this one, man.
Yeah.
Hey, the baby is in hot water after a video surfaced of him giving $2 to some kids selling candy after offering to sell him the box for $200. Should there be outrage for this, Aaron? Hell yeah or hell nah? Oh damn!
Hell nah. I was thinking like no, like that's. I was watching the video. These kids had videos that had like boxes of like fruit gushers and Skittles. They were like halfway already sold to whoever so he's pretty much trying to sell the baby half of fruit gushers and half of Skittles for $200. He was asking them like, how much is in here? They're like, yeah, it's $2 a pop. There's X amount in here. So he was like, so what's 2 times whatever? And it was like 50 or 60 or something. I forget exactly what the video is. Could he have gave him more than $2? Sure, because he's a rapper, but like he gave him money. Like he really didn't have to give him that. I think it's one of those things that we're looking at it. He's on video. He's a rapper, so we feel like he's obligated to give him as much money as possible. But just looking at the video, $200 wasn't a fair trade. Should he give him more than $2? Sure, but he shouldn't have gave him 200. The only thing I'll say is the baby did have a huge ass stack of money in his hands in the video. That's the only thing.
Well, context matters.
Context does matter.
That's the only thing that I'm like, well, maybe you could have gave him a little bit more, but
at least gave him 20, not 2.
As I say, like he could at least gave him 20 and could have not been hurt at all.
Honestly, I think it's one of those where it's like it's the principle of the fact. Little boy, you try to hustle me.
But you got to stack like this. You hold it, bro.
Yeah, but that don't mean you don't be straight up, though.
Hey, have you seen the movie I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker?
Yes.
Where Chris Rock was trying to get the ribs. Like, let me get a rib.
Yeah, just a rib.
He was like, oh yeah, one of the ribs. He was like, no, one with just a single rib. And then after all that, he was like, it was like $1.50. This dude pulled out a knot. He was like, you got change for 100.
Yeah, yo, you don't get out my store.
like after you described it, like that's the first thing that popped up in my mind.
I'm gonna get you, sucker. Hey man, that's a classic.
That's about 50 cent a rib, huh?
That's an old school classic.
How about you pour some in my hand for 10 cents?
Oh man. So Rick, ESPYs were last week. Had some good awards, some good speeches. So for best female athlete, Naomi Osaka won. Mind you, this year she took some time off for different reasons. A lot of it was for her mental health. She took some time off. She missed a few tournaments, did not play in a few tournaments. She won best female athlete for the ESPYs. The other nominees were Breonna Stewart, Simone Biles, Amanda Nunes. I think we said Amanda Nunes wasn't in too many fights. Simone Biles is Simone Biles. We saw her doing like a quadruple backflip something last week in some video because she's the greatest. Breonna Stewart had one of the greatest, not only comebacks from a sport, but one of the greatest seasons you could have in basketball. She won Finals MVP, won overseas. She didn't win. Angel Wilson won past season. So I had really great season, comeback season. She also won best female NBA or best WNBA player. Should Naomi Osaka have won the ESPY for best female?
Well, since Aaron basically said all my points, hell nah. I don't think she should have won. I get that she was out for her for mental health, which is big. Like, take your time, get well, get better. In 2021, now I'm not sure the criteria, but just in 2021, she won the Australian Open. She won the U.S. Open in 2022, so I don't know if that counts, but she won the 2021 Australian Open. Since then, two more of those tournaments, the French Open and the Wimbledon, have been played, and she was in neither. So based off of that and just seeing some of the other women's accolades, like Breonna Stewart, I mean, she won the Finals MVP, 28 points per game, 7.7 rebounds on 63% shooting after coming back from an Achilles tear, and Simone Biles just being great again, winning her 7th national title in gymnastics. I just think that some women were more deserving. Like, you know what I mean? If I take 2 months off from work, I'm probably not going to be Employee of the Year. I'm probably not going to win that award that year. So, based off of that, I would say hell nah.
That's fair. And to the Breonna Stewart point, I was just thinking about this. I don't know. We said we don't know the criteria. Technically, that would have been last season. That would have been 2020, I guess. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But it was good to see her. She was at the ESPYs. Naomi Osaka was. So it's good to see her in public and had her speech. So it's good. It seems that she's doing better. Obviously we don't know her, but whatever it is, mental health is a big issue. So it's good that she took her time off, did what she needed. It's good to see her back again. So regardless of whether we think she won, it's good to see her. Congratulations to her. Shout out to her and all the other women that were nominated.
Definitely.
Let's get the top five. So this week's top five high school phenoms. So we all know, we all seen hoop mixtapes or high school footage of former athletes or players or current athletes that were just nasty at whatever sport they played in high school. So we're going to name our top five from all of those. So Rick got the most votes last week. So he has the first pick. DJ is second. I am third. Mel is fourth. And you have 2 picks when you get it, Mel. Rick, if you're ready, you're on the clock.
And this is top 5 greatest all around high school athletes, just any sport.
Any sport.
All right. So in that case, I can only go with the person that know. Who know? Bo knows. Bo Jackson.
All right. Okay. Well, that leaves me with 2 up, 2 now. Let me get AI.
Oh, so early. I didn't think he was going to go so early.
Yeah.
I don't know how you didn't think that, how he wouldn't go early.
I didn't think he was going to go first round, but yeah.
You didn't think AI was going to go first round? You got all of us from Virginia?
That's fair.
Right? That's all I was like, I don't know.
If we was all from somewhere else, then yeah, but come on, fam.
We all Virginia, bro.
I'm gonna go with I'm about to go with probably a whole bunch of recent people, but I'm just gonna say this. Y'all gonna put me in a spot where I'm gonna have to pick somebody that I don't plan on picking. But first, I'm gonna go one of the greatest high school football players of all time, Tavon Austin.
Ooh, Baltimore with it.
Okay.
Great, bruh. I'm probably gonna watch his high school highlight after this.
Yeah,
it's not a bad pick at all.
One of the Tavon Austin's high school. I was about to say off the Gucci Mane bitch I might be instrumental. Like that's probably one of the greatest. Probably one of the greatest things that ever happened to me. Didn't even happen to me. Mel, you got 2 picks.
I'm surprised these lasted. I'm gonna go with my first pick. I'm gonna go with Mike Tyson.
Yeah, that's tough.
Okay.
Then my second pick, I'm gonna go with LeBron James.
I was gonna say,
I'm surprised LeBron lasted that long.
You didn't get all the way back.
That's what I was talking about. I was like, you guys are gonna put me in a position to pick LeBron. Like, I'll pick LeBron, but I didn't plan on picking LeBron.
I knew you was gonna pick LeBron, so I was like, I had 3 picks. I'm like, yo, these are not the ones I was expecting. But hey.
All right. So going with the documentary himself, Sebastian Telfair.
Ooh.
I thought he was gonna be way better if he got to the NBA.
Yeah,
he probably should have went to college. That was the thing. But DJ, your pick.
Go for the recent one. Let me go Bryce Harper.
Okay, he was gonna be.
Yo, he was crazy.
Yeah,
he didn't even play high school baseball. He played junior college baseball.
Yeah. Rick, your pick. You got 2.
Oh, it's me already.
Yep.
I'm surprised these guys are gonna be here. So I'm gonna go with prime time. Deion Sanders, 3-sport athlete in high school, was drafted 6th round in MLB, straight out of high school too. And then I'm gonna go with a guy that y'all probably don't know, like some of our listeners might not know, was an all-around athlete in high school, but Danny Ainge. Yeah, all American in football, all American second pick in basketball, and was drafted by the Toronto Blue Jays and played 3 seasons. Like he was drafted right out of high school, played 3 seasons while he was playing basketball at BYU. So, yeah, just to put his, his accolades out there.
Okay. DJ, your pick.
All right. My man, the kid. Let me get Junior Griffey.
Okay.
Since he's here, go ahead, get Kobe.
Oh. Yep.
That's another. I don't know how he lasted so long.
I was like, if he's
It's
gonna be
hard.
here. Mel, you got 2.
I'm gonna go with well, they don't talk about him enough, but Pele,
Ooh.
youngest player ever in the World Cup to get a hat trick. He was only 17 years old. Then he has the most goals scored in the finals. Youngest player ever, still has not been broken. And he scored in the Brazilian finals when he was only 16 years old. So dude was a problem.
No, big facts.
And I got one more. I got another pick.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with, since DJ said Ken Griffey.
Man, fucking y'all can skip me.
Inside joke. If you watched a couple episodes ago, I said skip me. But I'm gonna go with Tiger Woods, man.
Funny.
I'm gonna go with Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods, man.
All right, Tiger Woods.
Ooh, Tiger Woods.
So I'm gonna go.
That shit was funny as hell on Chad.
Right. I'm gonna go another one. I don't know if the viewers might, listeners might. I'm gonna go Joe Mauer. Joe Mauer was a catcher for the Minnesota Twins. Only high school athlete ever to be Gatorade Player of the Year in 2 sports at the same time. First pick of the draft for the Twins. Elite catcher, one of the best catchers in the league when he was in the league. So yeah. DJ, your pick.
All right. Let me go. A lot of people don't even realize how much nasty of a basketball player he was. So let me get Terrell Pryor.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Nah, he was good at baseball too, wasn't he? He was a good baseball player. Yeah, I think he was.
Probably.
Yeah, I think he was like
he could have been in the NBA if he really wanted to.
They said he could have been.
He committed to UNC.
They said he was a hell of a baseball player.
Like he was nasty.
That's crazy, bro. That you could have been at whatever sport you picked and done full time.
Rick, you got 2. These 2 are your last picks.
I got 2.
Phones.
Hey.
So I'm gonna go with a recent guy because I haven't done that yet. Kyler Murray. First athlete ever chosen in the first round of both NFL and MLB drafts.
Hey, he never lost a game in high school.
Yeah, 42-0.
In Texas, fam. Like that's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. You got to add that. You got to add in Texas.
Yeah, in Texas. Yeah, that's.
I knew people that played against him down here, and they would tell me like it was insane. It was like he was on a different level.
In Texas.
In Texas.
In Texas.
Think about that.
In Texas.
Then I want to take a guy, and his is strictly high school. A lot of people probably won't know him.
I feel like I know you're about to say.
Yeah, he's a legend. I don't know who I want to go with, but I you know what? I'm gonna take the safe pick, and I'm just gonna go Lou Alcindor.
Fair.
Who?
Lou Alcindor. Kareem Abdul.
Kareem.
Yeah. Lou Alcindor back then, though.
Right.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. No disrespect, Kareem.
Kevin Garnett, is he still available?
He's available though.
He's available.
That was good.
Yeah, let me go ahead and snatch KG.
All right.
I was like, if they let me get KG, bro, it's a wrap. My picks are crazy.
He's still available.
There's a bunch I could pick.
I know.
We got some names left.
But shout out Hoop Mixtape. So I'm getting the Crime Stopper, Akil Carr.
Whoo!
Yeah, that might be the greatest Hoop Mixtape of all time. Akil Carr mixtape might be the greatest Hoop Mixtape of all time.
I remember hearing a damn commercial on 93.9 one time, like about him, man. It was crazy.
Straps.
Shout out Akil Carr. Mel, last pick.
I'm gonna go with Venus Williams.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. That's a really good one.
Ooh.
All right. So
I low key, I wanted to say Sidney Crosby because he was a problem, but
Sid the Kid.
So I was actually gonna take Kevin Garnett's teammate, Ronnie Fields.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the guy I was thinking about.
I thought you were gonna say DeJuan Wagner. I thought that you said that. That's what I thought you were talking about.
Darius Miles.
Darius Miles is a good
Darius
one.
Miles.
A-Rod.
you know who I was thinking about?
Cheryl Miller.
Cheryl Miller.
I almost went Cheryl Miller until I
just thought about that.
I just thought about
I was
that
going
too.
with Cheryl Miller, Rick, until I was like, hold on, nobody took KG.
I just thought about
I was gonna go with Cheryl Miller.
She had 100 points at
100
half
points.
in the first half or something like that. Like,
no, what about Derrick Rose highlights?
I was just about to say D Rose, like D Rose, like
Reggie Bush.
That era, Reggie Bush, that
Michael
era
Vick.
of Vic was Vic. I was thinking about Vic. That era of hoop mixtapes, though, the Derrick Rose, Akil Carr, Brandon Jennings, John Wall. I was just about to say John Walls was crazy. John Wall might have been crazy.
Yo, people still talk about John Wall in high school around here.
John Wall's
that's crazy.
Like still,
yeah.
I believe it. Man, I remember seeing John Wall in high school. That shit
you look at his hoop mixtape, and I believe it.
Yo, before the injuries, like he's still fast, but before the injuries, bro,
too fast for the damn ball.
Hey! I went and saw him his rookie year. That when they played the Thunder, Russ made him look slow. Like he he was clearly faster than John Wall. Like it wasn't even a question.
Also, Russ takes 0 plays off. Like he does not.
Watching Russell Westbrook is fascinating. Like it's fascinating. There's nothing like it.
Hey, another one I was gonna do before we wrap up. I was gonna stick with the hometown. I was about to go Scotty Reynolds.
Ooh,
I played against 30. Scotty Reynolds.
30 a game.
Yo,
that's the easiest 30 piece I've ever seen.
I was just about to say I was at that game. I was at the game when DJ played Scotty Reynolds, bruh. This man took like 6 shots, I promise you, and he had like 35. Like he had the most efficient. He had the most efficient game I've ever seen anybody ever score in my life.
Yeah,
and his story is so crazy. He's the only college player of the year to never play in the NBA,
and he was good enough. Like
he was more than good enough.
I never understood.
He was more than good enough.
If Adam Morrison got a chance,
I'm saying I never understood it.
If Frank Kaminsky can get finals minutes,
man. If Anthony Bennett can go number 1,
yeah, you got a lot of ifs out here, man. They did my man Scotty wrong. Shout out Scotty Reynolds.
Shout out Scotty Reynolds.
Shout out Scotty.
Hop on the show whenever you want to. You know what I'm saying?
we could trade war
DJ with the shameless plugs. I love it. DJ shout out Reggie.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Scotty Reynolds.
That's too. Hey man, we love to have you on the show.
Bo Jackson, if you ever want to hop on.
Hello, right?
Yeah, Bo knows.
Hey, like.
For real, yeah.
Would be tough.
What up? It would be nice.
That would if Bo Jackson got on here, that's the first time y'all would see me be starstruck, bro.
Ice Cube, we still waiting.
Nah, for real.
I think that's the first time you see me shut the hell up. If Bo got on this joint.
All right, so the wrap up: Rick got Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, Danny Ainge, Kyler Murray, and Lou Alcindor. DJ got Allen Iverson, Bryce Harper, Ken Griffey Jr., Terrell Pryor, Kevin Garnett. I got Tavon Austin, Sebastian Telfair, Kobe Bryant, Joe Mauer, and Akil Carr. Mel got Mike Tyson, LeBron, Pele, Tiger Woods, Venus Williams. Thank you guys for voting. Make sure you guys continue to vote for next week. Y'all know what to do, man. I don't got to keep doing this every episode.
Aaron, drop them
but
bars,
I will. Make sure you guys are following, subscribing, liking, retweeting, commenting, sharing. telling a friend, telling your sister, telling your next door neighbor, telling your aunt, telling your uncle, telling your father, telling your mother. It's some holiday. Go ahead and tell somebody on a holiday.
Me, you, your mom, and your cousin too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Go ahead, tell everybody. RNS Podcast on Twitter, RNS.podcast on Instagram. Really Nothing Special Podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, anywhere. Patreon soon. Got some outtakes for y'all. Bo Jax, if you want to get on the show, holla.
Holla at your mama, your baby's mama, your baby's mama's mama.
Reggie Bush, if you want to hop on.
Yeah. Ken Griffey Jr. If
you want to hop on. Yeah. Mike Tyson, if you want to hop on.
No, for real, Mike Tyson, if you want to hop on.
Nah, for real. Who else?
Joe
Mauer, if you ever want to hop on.
Tavon, Mike Tyson.
Hey,
you just want to go ahead and
Tavon Austin, if you
send
ever
us a
want to
little
hop
care
on.
package from your phone. We appreciate that too.
Venus Williams.
Akil Carr, if you ever want to hop on. If you ever want to hop on, we could talk.
No, Scotty Reynolds. Somebody
Scotty Reynolds. If you ever
Scotty Reynolds.
I feel like that Biggie probably the most plausible one right now.
Yeah. Scotty Reynolds, like
Green Hill
from around the way. Come on, man.
Yeah, Green Hill AI. Yo, shout out to the home
team. Yeah, VA, what up?
Stand up.
Scott,
Barack Obama,
Kevin Garnett, Kevin Durant. You from
Barack
the DMV?
Barack Obama, if you want to hop on.
Hey man, what y'all guys say, man? We gotta wrap this up. DJ, you got anything to close us out with, man?
Nah, man, we out here. Get us next week. Follow all that shit.
I will say this before we wrap up. I meant to say this last week when we talked about Ohtani, right? So Ohtani pitched in the All-Star game. He batted in the All-Star game. Backyard sports, backyard baseball. You guys need to make a return. Ohtani would be the greatest backyard baseball player of all time.
He would.
Better than Pablo Sanchez.
He would be better than Pablo Sanchez because he's literally Pablo Sanchez except like 6'5".
Right. Hey, also, quick note. So when they compare him to Babe Ruth, fuck Babe Ruth. He's better than Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth was only a pitcher for the Red Sox. He pitched like a total of like 9 or 11 innings with the Yankees. Total throughout his whole career at the Yankees. So this idea that he was just this great pitcher and hitter simultaneously is a myth.
Damn. Yeah, DJ said Babe Ruth's a fraud. Babe Ruth, if you want to holler at us.
Not the great Bambino. Hey, Jamel, you got anything, bro? Before DJ gets us kicked out of here?
Nah. Like, subscribe, share that shit. You know what it is. RNS, baby. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. This is wrapped up.
I see you with a slide bar.
All y'all wrap it up.